Well, maybe you have heard of Pat Coldiron, a historian who created self-guided tours through Seward County. She gathers brochures, maps, and other fun trinkets into little brown boxes.
One of her road trips is dedicated to a historic and hilly area called the Bohemian Alps. In this segment, Grace McDonald gets lost on the gravel roads of Seward County.
To some, the grasses of Seward County may look a little, well, plain. But in the distance are hills that reminded Czech settlers of home and even inspired poetry. To show me the significance of this scenery, Pat Coldiron took me on a little tour through Seward County's country roads and the Bohemian Alps.
It's so frustrating to me to try and get a picture of our Bohemian Alps because they're so spacious.
The region is about 25 miles west of Lincoln, spilling into other counties and Czech communities.
There was a little community back there that not one trace of it is left.
150 years ago, there used to be a settlement called Oak Grove.
They cut down so many of the oak trees there and then hauled them down to Lincoln.
Oak trees still dot the hills of rocky terrain, where people used to quarry for limestone and sometimes found fossils.
It was created through the last glaciation, and so it's steeply, what I'd call steeply rolling hills. Part of the reason why those grasslands and woodlands are still in place is due to that steeper topography.
Topography with lakes, farmland, and the 2% of tall grass prairie that's left in the region.
You know, landowners would tell you that those grasslands could be pretty rocky, and part of the reason why they don't turn them into corn and soybeans.
Today, some farmers still grow dryland crops in the Bohemian Alps. It's also the home of former U.S. Poet Laureate Ted Kooser.
And Ted wrote about the Bohemian Alps in Local Wonders, Seasons in the Bohemian Alps, which is a series of essays about this part of Nebraska.
While Ted Kooser didn't want to go on camera, he told me some of us will on our own discover that there's something peaceful about looking at landscape. Other people will always drive past without looking.
Most people who don't know Nebraska think about Nebraska as just being flat and boring, but the Bohemian Alps, the hills around here are gorgeous.
As leaves start to change colors, the Bohemian Alps are about to look extra beautiful. But before people embark on this journey, Pat Coldiron warns them to be careful for farm equipment coming up and down the country roads. And as always, watch for deer. For Pure Nebraska, I'm Grace McDonald.